Israel has the right to defend itself against elderly Catholic women looking to use the bathroom. Wait a minute, that sounds really weird. Wait a minute. Why is the Israeli government killing elderly women that are just looking to use the restroom? Why is the Israeli government continually justifying its murders of innocent people?
Cardinal Vincent Nichols, Archbishop of Westminster, thank you for joining us. What on earth has happened there over the weekend?
Well, as far as I know, and the information comes from, I think, a very reliable source, the Cardinal in Jerusalem, who's the patriarch for that parish. And he said that the compound around the Church of the Holy Family was attacked. Some of its crucial infrastructure was targeted with rockets. And I think most distressing of all, an elderly lady who was leaving the church to go to the toilet was shot dead.
So, am I to believe that an elderly lady looking to use the restroom is Hamas and that it's self-defense for a sniper to kill an elderly person? That is just wild if the Israeli government is trying to convince people that they're justified in the murder of an innocent person.
And then her daughter, who went out to try and assist her, was killed as well. All of this within what has been clearly designated as a church place, which I cannot believe for 1 minute has rocket launchers in it. And it's a community that since October has sheltered hundreds of people and looked after them. And the religious sisters, the nuns there, have been cooking and feeding people. And the house where they live in that compound, where they look after 54 very handicapped people, the water tanks were blown off, the solar panels were blown off, and the house was rendered almost uninhabitable.
How can this be considered self-defense when they're attacking innocent, unarmed people just looking to try to survive? It is crazy. It's just, this is definitely not self-defense in any case, and there is no way for the Israeli government to justify this whatsoever.
So it's a desperate situation for them.
The Pope's called it terrorism. How would you describe it?
Well, it's certainly a cold-blooded
It is definitely terrorism for the IDF to murder innocent people. I mean, if it was Hamas uh, laying siege to a synagogue, it would be described as terrorism. Yeah, he's going to say it's cold-blooded killing. Yeah, because these people were killed in cold blood.
killing. That's the description that is given. And what absolutely puzzles me is this does nothing to further Israel's right to defend itself, which I understand. I mean, the last
Yeah, everybody understands that a nation has a right to defend itself against terrorist attacks. But this is not self-defense against a terrorist attack. This is just straight up murder of innocent people.
time I was there, and that's a few years ago, it was made very clear to me that Gaza, and this community particularly, lived under the domination of Hamas. You know, so they would have maybe 6 hours electricity a day, and then the rest of it would be switched to the underground network. And that's 4 or 5 years ago, and it won't have weakened. But
Yeah, there's tons of people in Gaza and the West Bank that are against Hamas because they're an oppressive terrorist group. Uh, being murdered by the Israeli government is not going to get people to want to support the Israeli government, even though they're supposed to be better than Hamas.
the killing of evidently vulnerable and innocent people seems to me to set back what Israel says it's trying to achieve.
What explains?
Yeah, killing people that are being oppressed by your enemies is just terrorism and oppression in just a different way. Killing people that are being screwed over by a terrorist group. You can't claim to be self-defending